help with evacuation efforts in Afghanistan. Good afternoon, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. We will return you to Daily Blast Live in a few minutes, but first, we want to show you the support that has poured out from our community for Lance Corporal Schmitz and his family. Let's take a live look at the overpass on Convention Center Boulevard in St. Charles. Hundreds of people, families, members of every generation have gathered to pay their respects and show their support. And this isn't just happening on this overpass, but our reporter Holden Kerwicki said it's on every overpass. The procession will go under from the airport to Bowie Funeral Home in Cave Springs. There has also been amazing efforts from local businesses to honor this family, to raise money for this family. Lance Corporal Schmitz was killed on the 26th of August. His parents were told about it on the 27th. And that weekend, on the 28th and the 29th, restaurants and bars across St. Charles County and across the metro area raised, look at all these people on that overpass. Fire department hanging 3 flags. Citizens with their flags, the Patriot Guard riders will have huge flags off the back of their motorcycles during this procession. But restaurants really showed up that weekend, tens of thousands of dollars raised to go to this family, Mike.
Schmitz was just 20 years old, a graduate of Fort Zumwalt South in 2019. His dad, Mark, tells us that he wanted to be a Marine ever since he was a sophomore in high school. He was just one of those guys dedicated to his country and a life of service. Mark says once he set his mind on becoming a Marine, he was just laser focused. And he signed up at age 17 with his parents' permission. His first deployment was to Afghanistan after a stint at Camp Pendleton. His dad recalls that Jared contacted him on Father's Day to tell him how proud he was of his dad, but Mark says it was really the other way around.
Before the procession, hundreds of Patriot Guard riders gathered at the airport. They're part of a sea of riders from across the country. I actually talked to one of these riders this morning. Right now, the count they're expecting as far as riders in this honor ride is at least 800. Many on motorcycles, but also people just in their cars to honor this United States Marine as they take him to his final resting place, first the funeral home from the airport and then on to Jefferson Barracks to be buried. The burial will be private, but these men and women, these riders, have come from across the country, several states, to St. Charles today.
Lance Corporal Schmitz will be escorted from the airport by that processional. It'll go down I-70 to St. Charles County, and he's expected to arrive at Bowie Funeral Home in St. Charles County a short time later.
Lance Corporal Schmitz, he was one of 13 Marines killed at the same time by a suicide bomber on August 26th. He was among a group of Marines that was sent to Afghanistan to help with the evacuations out of Afghanistan, out of Kabul Airport. The 2019 Fort Zumwalt South grad, he was just 20 years old. And when you think about that, the United States entered Afghanistan 20 years ago. So he was an infant when the U.S. intervened. His parents, like Mike said being a United States Marine, his biggest accomplishment. He was there to take care of people. He always had people laughing. He was very active in school. He played soccer, football, hockey.
So the visitation will be held at Bowie Cave Springs on Saturday. That's Saturday, September 11th from 3 until 10. His funeral and burial services will be private, and then Lance Corporal Schmitz will be laid to rest at Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery. We will bring you much more coverage of this hero's remembrance tonight on 5 on Your Side at 4, 5, and 6.
We thank him and his family for their sacrifice. We also want to bring you breaking news right now. St. Louis Metropolitan Police Chief John Hayden has announced he is retiring. 5 on Your Side first broke this story this morning. Chief Hayden was appointed by former Mayor Lyda Krewson back in 2017.
He's going to stay on the job for just a little while longer, and there's Chief Hayden speaking right now. Let's listen in.
I look forward to being able to spend much more time with my family, particularly with my grandson, who will join our family in early January. I believe that the St. Louis Police Department is the best police department in the world because it has always been blessed to have the most hardworking and dedicated employees assembled at any given time. I want to thank the St. Louis community for allowing me the opportunity to serve as police commissioner for the past 4 years. Again, it has been an honor of a lifetime to serve our city in this role. Thank you so much.
Louis Police Chief John Hayden, who has
Good
announcing
afternoon. My
his
name is John
retirement.
Leggett, and I am the chaplain for the Ethical Society of Police and the director of community engagement.
He is going to stay on the job until February. You remember he was appointed by former Mayor Lyda Crewson in December of 2017 after former police chief Sam Dotson retired on Lyda Crewson's first day in office. He has faced many challenges, including the city's homicide rate at an all-time high. We'll have much more on both these stories tonight on 5 on Your Side at 4, 5, and 6, and also on KSDK.com and on the 5 on Your Side app.
For now, we'll return you to Daily Blast Live.